Hello, hi everybody. Welcome to another Facebook Live. Hey, I'm sorry about yesterday. I know I was gonna go live yesterday, but all of a sudden, man, my eyes were watering and it was a mess. I could not do it. By the way, say hello to my little friend. You like that, the little rocky painting I have? You know, I've had it for a while and it was always in front of me, but I said, dude, I gotta hang this up so it doesn't look as, so welcome. Cool, right? Now, as you are joining me, please let me know what you're grateful for. That's what I want to know. And if you're catching this as replay, type in the word replay in the comments. As you can see, I'm wearing my hustle shirt. If you actually stay to the end and share this with at least one person, I'll hook you up with my bro Greg, and I'll send you a link. You can actually get this t-shirt for free. I think you just pay for the shipping cost. But I tell you, I love this t-shirt. I got a few things of his. But anyway, let me get to this topic. This is a hot one. It's coming at you hot. So like I said, if you're joining me, let me know what you're grateful for today. And if you're catching the replay, please type in replay. If you like free stuff, like a free t-shirt, a hustle t-shirt, type in free in the comments. And let's get started. So I'm going to take you back a few years. I was talking to a friend of mine at my pad, and he was asking me, he goes, hey, Sean, what's the most expensive thing you own? Right? And at the time, I told him, hey, this is what I own. That's the most expensive on my list. And he goes, no, that's not it. I'm like, yeah, bro, this is like the most expensive thing I have, promise. And he goes, no. It's think of it like this. It's a closed mind. It's you having a closed mind. Think of how much it has cost you over the years in health, in pay, in money, in relationships, or what have you, right? I really didn't get it. I honestly didn't get it. I'm like, well, whatever, dude. So we went on, and let me fast forward to like 2-3 days ago. I was talking to a friend of mine I hadn't talked to for a while, and I called him up. He goes, I go, hey man, what's going on? Some small talk, and he goes, yeah, I just got a new job. I'm working on, hopefully this one's gonna stick, and and then he asks me, this is the punchline. You ready? He goes, are you still doing that pyramid thing? Drop a pyramid emoji in the comments if you've heard that before, right? So, the old me, I would have got like fired up. I would have got real upset. Like, dude, what are you talking about, pyramid? You're a pyramid, But I actually didn't get upset, which was kind of weird. I didn't get upset. We had our conversation. I hung up, and I obviously had some thoughts, right, and some emotions, and I really don't blame my friend. In fact, I don't blame a whole lot of folks that referred, to network marketing and direct sales as a pyramid, right? So here's what I'm saying. Okay, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking to myself, we live in a day and age that there are folks researching life in other planets. We live in a day and age that there's a person who doesn't like traffic that much and is creating underground highways. We live in a day and age that they're taking a heart out of a dead body and transplanting it to another human so that human could live a long, happy life. We live in a day and age that people are doing things that blow your mind away, right? And yet, still there are people that call network marketing like a pyramid thing, right? So I thought I would come at you live and share some thoughts. Just, what? First of all, I got to tell you this. I have 4 golden rules. I don't beg, I don't bug, I don't sell, I don't convince. This live is not about that. I'm not here to sell you on anything, convince you on anything. You live your life after this live, and so do I. But I think it's important to know some of the facts, because like my friend back in the day said, you know, a closed mind could become real expensive, right? As you're joining in live, please let me know what you're grateful for. And as you can see, I'm wearing my Hustle shirt. I told everybody that if you share this and comment the word free in the comments, I'll hook you up with my boy Greg, and he'll send you a link, and you can get the shirt for free. Just pay for the shipping cost. So here's what I thought. I share some facts, right? Comparisons, and then at the end you decide what you decide, and we go on with our lives, right? The first thing I want to share with you is that job thing. I call it the job thing. You call my thing the thing, right? So I broke down the job into 3 sections, right? You got the pre, you got the post, and you got the time in between, right? The pre is when you are applying for a job and that company is taking a look at you, right? So in the pre phase, you gonna put your best of best on paper, maybe even pay somebody or spend some time putting a resume on, right? And that's when you make yourself look amazing on paper, right? This is when you talk about your experience, your background, your education, your skills, you know, just all the stuff that you put on the resume, your references perhaps, right? This is where you get to really show yourself off on paper. Like, you want to make yourself look really good, right? Now, and then when you go to the interview, you're hoping to get the interview that they call you actually for the interview. You put your best suit on, you suit up and boot up, if you would. You put your tie on, and then you go sit in front of somebody and try to convince them how good you are, right? That's the pre-phase. Yes or yes? Agreed? Thumbs up, emoji. Let's talk about the during phase, the phase between the pre and the post. This is when you got the job, first day of the job. Now there is accountability, right? You got certain duties that you got to complete. You got a certain amount of calls you got to make. If you're in sales, you got a certain things you've got to do every single day and you got a certain amount of hours you got to work every single day. You get paid a certain amount for your work, right? You may have benefits after like 60 or 90 days. This is the in-between phase, and let's be straight. Nobody has much stability these days at their jobs anymore. You go into the job today in the AM, you don't even know if you're going to have that job by the end of the day. People are being replaced by people and technology all day, every day. Yes or yes, right? So, I mean, I went to a fast food place. It's about 2 months ago. And the lady behind the counter was right here, and then there was an ATM looking equipment on her left and on her right. And I asked her, I said, "What is this?" She goes, "Oh, you can actually place your order through this," right? Like, people are being replaced all the time. You go to a grocery store, and they have self-checkout, right? They got like 8 stations with one person running the whole 8 stations. What does that mean? People are getting replaced, right? So anyway, you got your during phase. Now let's talk about the post phase. This is when you have done your thing and you're done and you are going to retire. Now, get this. If you know 10 people, 9.5 of them, okay, 95% of people, when they retire dependent, which means they cannot afford to live on their own or their savings or what they have. They depend on government, Social Security, and friends and family, which may or may not be of much help, right? So you work all these years, right? You impress somebody else the pre-phase. You know, you got the resume, you got the good suit on, you go in, you get the job, and you go through every day. You don't even know you're gonna have the job the next day. You go through all this, and at the end of it, you still are dependent on government, Social Security, or friends and family, right? So that's the 3 stages of a job. Yes or yes? Good? Now let's talk about the 3 stages of a network marketing company or a direct sales company platform. I took some notes and I want to make sure that I go over all my points. So let's talk about the pre-phase. This is the phase that you are going to look at a company to either join them, and the company is going to look at you in order to bring you on board, right? So when you're looking at a company, they don't care how much experience you have. They don't care if you even have a high school degree. They don't care how tall you are. They don't care if you're white, black, or purple, or even Persian. They don't care if you're a guy or girl. They don't care if you're married, single, divorced. They don't care about your education. They don't care about anything. When I mean they don't care, they don't look at those things, which means those things are not a factor, a determining factor for you doing it, right? Or getting involved. That's the pre-phase. You don't have to put on your, tuxedo or your best suit and shirt and tie and boots to go apply for it, right? So this is something that you join and you do, right? Now, let's take a look at the post, the aftermath, right? Let's say you've done the network marketing thing and now you feel like you retire. Now, here's the catch. Once you retire with a successful network marketing business, okay, you actually can will your income to somebody else, which means when you die, okay, it's a real fact, folks, we're all gonna die. When you die, you can will that income to somebody else, which means that income becomes their income, and in the case that that income keeps growing, they continue getting that growth. Now here's the thing, if that person dies, they can will that income to somebody else. This is what we call a legacy. You leave behind a legacy, which means you actually pass on your income. Where can you do that with a job? Seriously. The moment you're out of the office, the moment you do your last clock out, it's over, folks, right? You're done. The pension days are really not there anymore. And if you don't have much in the savings or 401k, well, like I said, 9.5 out of 10 people are going to be dependent on Social Security and government, friends, and family, right? But in a network marketing situation, you actually can pass on your income. Now let's talk about the phase in between the pre and in between the post. As you're coming on live, please let me know what you guys are grateful for. And as you can see, I'm wearing my Hustle t-shirt. At the end, if you share this with somebody and actually comment free in the comments, I'll hook you up with my boy Greg so he can send you a link. You can get the shirt for free and you just pay for the shipping cost. Back to my subject. In a network marketing company, the in-between phase, the pre and the post phase, right? This is where you're doing your work. Now, here's the cool thing. There are no quotas. There are no preset hours. You don't have to go to the office within this hour and that hour. You don't have to work a certain amount of hours a week. You don't have anything set, right? Nobody's going to say, take your lunch between this time and this time. Nobody's going to say, oh, you can't take a break now. You only get 2 10-minute breaks in a day. Like, what the heck is that, right? There's nobody on top of you, right? That is going to just constantly just be on top of you. Do this, do that. This is all you, right? So that's the in-between phase. Now, let's say it's not a job thing. Let's say you actually open up a business, right? And I'm not talking a franchise business like a Subway. Listen, this is a mom and pop sandwich shop, okay? Let's say you open up a sandwich shop. Now, here's what you got to deal with. You got to deal with the location. You got to deal with leasing a space, committing to a lease, maybe 2, 3, 5 years. Then you're going to have to pay the rent, deal with the landlord, deal with the maintenance people. Your air conditioner breaks. I was in commercial real estate for about 3 to 5 years, so I know all this stuff. That's why I'm throwing it out. Your air conditioner breaks, your heater breaks, oh well, right? Now you got to get your refrigerator, your subs, you got to get your sandwiches, you got to get your meat and lettuce and tomato and all that stuff. You got to put your inventory, and you're still not in business. Now you got to pop the door open, have some employees. You got to be responsible for certain hours. People don't show up. Guess who needs to be there? You do. You have to deal with theft, maybe. You have to deal with inventory. You have to deal with payroll. You have to deal with rent and lease and blah and blah and blah. Hiring somebody, firing somebody, right? That's a business. Now let's compare that with a network marketing platform. You don't have to deal with payroll. You don't have to deal with manufacturing or shipping or labeling or product research or product development or hiring or letting somebody go, inventory, lease, rent, overhead. You don't have to worry about traffic to the office. You don't have to worry about set hours. I'm just stating the facts, right? Just the facts. So you have a business that you got all this stuff you got to deal with, and you got a business that you literally don't have to deal with anything at all, right? Here's the reason why. Because you are plugging into a working, proven system, right? Systems can be duplicated. People cannot be, right? You are unique to you. But a system, when you plug into a system that's working, that has been proved already, then that makes sense, right? Now, let's talk about a few other things. It's not about how much you make, it's about how much you keep, right? Because you can make a lot of cash, but then you can pay a lot in taxes, so you don't end up with a whole lot, right? But you can make a little bit and keep most of it, and you've made more, right? So let's talk about the tax advantages. When you're in a network marketing company, you can write off pretty much your drives, your commute to an event, to a prospect's house, to a family's house, or a customer's house, distributor's house, right? You also can write off your laundry, your travels, your hotels, your meals. Even if you have a little small area at your home that's just designed for you and your business, you can take this square footage and write it off your rent or your mortgage. You can write off a portion of your cell phone. You can write off a portion of your internet. I mean, you can write off a whole bunch of stuff, right? And here's the thing. Remember that friend of mine that said, are you still doing that pyramid thing? Let me plug this in right here. If it were a pyramid, okay, pyramids are illegal in the US. Now, let me share this with you. If it were a pyramid, don't you think it would have been like shut down and all these people would be in jail already, right? And if it were a pyramid, do you think that IRS would recognize a network marketing company, a business, as a 1099, which means you are self-employed, and give you tax advantages, right? Come on, guys. How can it be a pyramid? Let's open up our minds. Like my friend back in the day said, the most expensive thing you own, Sean, right now is your closed mind, right? So a pyramid is illegal, and it would be recognized as illegal, and it would be shut down, and those people in it would be in prison, right? So let's not confuse the two. Now, here's why the system works, okay? Here's the reason. This is one of the major reasons you gotta catch on, okay? Let's say you're at your job or your business, your mom and pop shop, right? Let's say you work 6 days a week, 24 hours a day, which means you don't poop, you don't eat, you don't go to the gym, you don't shower, none of that stuff. All that stuff is done on Sunday. But if you were to do that, right, you are looking at 144 hours of work in a week, right? 6 days a week, 24 hours a day. That's 144 hours. Here's why this system works, and it works really well for those who work it, okay? The network marketing platforms, they combine 3 types of income: the linear income, residual income, and your leverage income. I did a live on this. If you did not catch it, you can type in the comments below types of income, and I'll send you a link. It's a short one, so you can see what the differences are. But the network marketing platform is so powerful because it combines on 3. This is one way it's so powerful. You just worked 6 days in a week for 24 hours every day, and you had 144 hours, right? Now, let's say it takes you some time and you get 50 people in your organization, in your network marketing organization, and let's say each of these people only work 8 hours in an entire week, okay? So now you got 50 people working 8 hours in an entire week. That adds up to 400 hours a week. Compared to your 144, that's an extra 256 hours in a week. Do you think if you had 256 more hours in 1 week, you'd be more productive? Yes or yes? Come on. Throw a thumbs up emoji in the comments, right? So you're taking the power of people, leveraging off people, right? And you're using that to your advantage. Is that fair? Absolutely. Why would it not be fair? Is it fair for you to work 144 hours a week? Is it fair for you to work 80 hours a week and still get paid the same salary at your job? Seriously. Let's compare it. Okay, let's compare it with your mom and pop shop. Okay, most people, right? Most people, when they start a business, you're taking a look at anywhere between $50,000 to $60,000, $70,000 investment to start a business, right? Just a mom and pop shop. We're not talking like a Subway or anything like that. In a network marketing platform, you're looking at spending about $200 to $1,000, $500, right? To start a network marketing home-based business, right? Now take a look at this. In a mom and shop traditional business, and those of you who are traditional business owners can comment here, you would kiss the ground if you could get your initial investment back in 24 months, right? If you could get back your initial investment in 24 months, in 2 years, right? You would be kissing the floor. In a network marketing platform, you can get your initial investment. Let's just say, even if it's $1,000, which in 99% of the cases it's not. Let's just say it's $1,000. You can get your money back within the first 30 days. Okay, let's compare this. 30 days return on investment versus 728 days return on investment. I mean, seriously, right? Does that make sense? Yes or yes? Thumbs up emoji in the comments. Now I want to share some industry facts. Let's just go over some facts. Now, you guys know I come from the mortgage industry, 11, 12 years, so I'm all about the numbers. And Oscar here, a friend of mine, can vouch for this. I always say, numbers don't lie, but liars make up numbers all day long. So let's look at some numbers. Network marketing companies, right? over 20 million people in US are involved in a network marketing platform, right? In 10 seconds, one person joins a network marketing platform. Last year, the industry did over $37 billion in sales with a capital B. That's not a joke, okay? And think of it like this, 30 to 40% of that is all commission. Yeah, 77.4 of that 20 plus million are women. The rest are men. So men learn from the women, okay? This is a business that's made more millionaires than any other business, right? And the number one platform in direct sales and network marketing companies are wellness companies, right? Now, in the beginning of this live, I told you I have 4 golden rules. I'm not here to sell you or convince you or beg you or bug you, right? As I said, if you're joining me, let me know if you're watching this replay and let me know what you're grateful for. If you want this hustle shirt for free, type in the word free and share this live with one person. I'll hook you up with my boy Greg and he will send you a link. You can order the shirt for free and then I think you just pay for the shipping cost, right? Now I'm gonna end with this. Hopefully you're still with me and you're not bored and you're not mad at me. But I made a chart which I kind of was, I'm like, dude, this is kind of cool, right? So I made this chart and check it out. I even wrote it backwards. Can you see it? Backwards so you can actually see it, right? So let me see here. Okay, so somewhere about here, right? You are born, right? And then somewhere about here, right around like the 18, 17-ish, you're gonna start to work, hopefully, right? And we're not talking about college or anything like that. You're gonna work right about here. And then let's say you're gonna work to about, right, let's be honest, nobody retires at 65. Let's even say 65, 70, or 75. Somewhere around here, you're gonna retire, right? If you can see this, please say yes, so I know that you actually can see this. So you're gonna be working from right about here to right about here. And if this is your lifeline, let's say you live up to 80, this is your lifeline. You worked this much of your lifeline, okay? What's interesting to me is that people see this and they have no problem with this. They go, yeah, well, I worked, for the past 40, 50 years, and now I'm dependent on social security and government and my sister and my family and friends, right? They don't see this as a problem. But when we compare it to a network marketing platform and we say that you can take this, check it out, you can take this, right? And you can reduce it to about this, which is 7 years, right? The average time it takes for your network marketing platform to take off and be successful takes about 7 years. So if you can take this and you reduce it to about right here, right? And people say, that's too long. Seriously? Like, I don't get that. Like, hello? Somebody clarify this for me. Is that like, what? And then here, you don't even have enough to live. What? In a network marketing company, not only you have enough to live, you can will it to somebody else, and then they can will it to somebody else and keep on going and going, right? I mean, come on, seriously. Right or right? Am I right or right? Yes, yes, thumbs up emoji. Come on. So, I go back to that friend of mine that I started this live about, a few years ago. Like I said, he asked me, what's the most expensive thing you own? And I told him at the time, and he goes, no, that's not it, man. That's not it. The most expensive thing you own is your closed mind, right? Like I said in the beginning, I have 4 golden rules. I don't beg, I don't bug, I don't sell, I don't convince, right? But what I'm sharing with you is some facts. It's nice to be, you know what? They say what you don't know won't hurt you. I don't know about that. What you don't know will cost you. And it could cost you really, really big, right? So it's nice to know, then decide, right? So again, you're gonna work this much, right? And not have a penny to show for it. But then when you can reduce it down to this much, I'm not saying it's gonna be easy. I never said that. I said it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be hard work, right? You do this much and then you can like chill, and people say that's too long, right? So here's what I want you to get out of this, What you do is what you do. You decide what you want to decide. I'm not here to change your mind. But I do like you to open your mind and kind of study the industry a little bit more, understand the facts a little bit more, and just be open to it. Like I said, we live in a day and age that, dude, people are going to another planet. We can't just call everything, just blah, and just because we don't know it, right? So here's my thought. If you liked what you heard, and if you care about somebody, show them by sharing this with them. And, with just an open mind. Just share this with them. Like I told you, I'm wearing my Hustle t-shirt. If you want a free t-shirt, type in free in the comments below and share this with one person and let me know you shared it. I'll hook you up with my boy and he'll send you a link. You get it for free, and I think you just pay for the shipping cost. So that's that. And if you got value from this live, please type in the word value in the comments below. If I didn't give you a shout out during the live, is because I just don't want to throw off my concentrations. So I shout out to Chrissy, to Lynn, to Fatima, to Liz, to Oscar, to Ashkan. Let's see, who did I miss? I'm gonna go back to my boy Nima, to Sin, to Arya, my boy, what's up? To Layla, I watch you all the time. To Crystal, to Marsha, to Misty, to Carol, to Donna, to Darren, to Angela. Wow, we got a few people on there. So if I missed your name, sorry. I give a shout out until the end. I hope you got value from this. If you did, type in the word value. Remember, I always say sharing is caring. So if you care about someone, share this with them. Until the next episode of Facebook Live with Sean Azimi. Adios.